name is Shannon McCarthy. I'm a marketing specialist here at the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and I'm very excited to be moderating our discussion today. If you could go ahead and introduce yourself, your name, your position at the university, and what your research focus is, that'd be awesome.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lijun Zhang. I'm an assistant professor in the English department. So my research focus is folklore. More specifically, I conduct study on material culture and vernacular architecture and heritage, tourism, and also the institutionalization of culture. So most of my fieldwork have been in Southeast China and Southwest China.
Awesome. So much to learn from you today. I know some members of our team have taken classes with you, and hopefully many of our followers have joined you in class. And if not, after today, I'm sure they will be really interested in learning more. So today we're here to talk about the Chinese Lunar New Year. And I understand it's rooted in a lot of myth and legend, and I'm wondering if you could tell us more about that.
Yeah, so there's a very long history of Chinese Lunar New Year. So it first started as more like a ritual. So it was like marked as the beginning of the year and based on the solar lunar calendar. So the Chinese traditional calendar is a combination of the solar system, the lunar system. So we use like the sun to mark the year, but use the moon to mark the month and the date. So in the very beginning, it was very ritualized, but gradually it become more like daily life celebration, and also include a lot of like entertainments. So yeah, you are right. There were like a lot of folk narratives associated with the festival. So one very widely transmitted story is about the Nian, so the year, the new year. So in Chinese, it's Nian. That story tells how the Nian, the new year, was originated. So the Nian was believed to be a monster. So every year, the Nian, the monster, enter the village and do a lot of naughty things, including ate all the poultries and pigs and chickens. So the villagers were scared of Nian. And then one year there was a wise old man. So he told the villager that the Nian was scared of like the color of red, and also scared of the sound of fireworks. So they started to cut bamboos and burn the bamboos, which makes the sound of fireworks. And also the people put like red paper card on the windows. They put on red lanterns, and they put like a lot of red decorations, and that scared away the Nian. So yeah, to celebrate this and in commemorate of this, so people started to the New Year celebration every year.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Like I knew that red was associated with the holiday, but I never knew why. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's an auspicious color.
Wonderful. Well, and that kind of goes into our next question. So some of the traditions that are involved in the celebration, I know that red envelopes, giving those to loved ones is really significant. And something about couplets. Could you share a little bit more about some of the traditions of how the celebration goes?
There are a lot of traditions. So, like, China's big, and then like people in different place celebrate the festival differently, and so there we need to be aware of that. But there was something I think like more common cultural practice that we observe during the Lunar New Year. So including that, what you said, giving the like red envelope. So like it's usually so on the New Year's Eve, or like on the first day of the New Year. So it's January the 1st by lunar calendar. People will put like money in the red envelope. So usually there would like auspicious words on the red envelope, and also like traditional auspicious like patterns, right, motifs printed on the envelope. So they give like the money with good wishes, right? So usually the elders will give like red envelope to the younger generation, and when the younger generation, when they start to work and make money, they also give a red envelope to their parents, grandparents, right, and the older generation to thank them. So there's also the red couplet. So now it's widely available on the market. You can go and buy them in the supermarket or on the market. But there were also a lot of people, they do calligraphy. So one of my colleague in the Chinese program at Mason, so she wrote one for me. So they usually have these very auspicious words on the couplet to express good wishes for the new year.
Yeah, I love that. The idea of like giving positive words or like wisdom in between the generations. I think that's really lovely. And so Chinese Lunar New Year is a little different than like the Western New Year, right? It's a lot longer of a celebration. Could you tell us a little bit more about, the length of it and like all the different elements that go into it?
Yeah, the length of it really depends. So now we know a lot of holidays, festivals has been institutionalized. So the Chinese New Year in China, I mean, in other regions or countries, it might be different. But in China, it's the official holiday. So usually people have a week off work. So it's a whole week holiday. But like in like everyday life, like in the more vernacular context, people usually, like my parents, they usually think that it would last for 15 days. So it won't end until what we call the Lantern Festival, especially in the more agricultural society. So because this is a winter, right? So like people like hasn't started the farming work yet. So I remember when I was like younger, my parents will have like, it started earlier because like before the Lunar New Year, people do a lot of shopping and house cleaning. So we deep clean the whole house. It takes several days usually, and the whole family work on that. And then we buy new clothes for all the family members. So yeah, like the atmosphere started like quite early. Like Thanksgiving or like Christmas, right? People like do shopping and they prepare for the holiday, they decorate the tree, and yeah, so it's similar. So but like it officially I started during the New Year's Eve, the Lunar New Year Eve, and then as I said, like everywhere the custom would be different, but like usually you stay at home and visit the relatives and friends nearby on the first day. And there were a lot of taboos on the first day, like you cannot say like bad words on the first day. You need to always say good words and auspicious words. You don't sweep like on the first day, because that will like sweep away the good luck.
Oh, gotcha.
So there are a lot of taboos and customs. Then starting from the second day of the New Year in my hometown, people started to visit relatives further away. Like my mom would go back to my grandparents on my mother's side village and visit them, and then they will visit us afterwards. And so there were a lot of like visiting, like getting together. My parents usually they try to not work a lot, so for that 15-day period. But after that, they need to start to sow the seed and prepare for the farming work in the spring.
Gotcha. So it's a period of togetherness and rest to prepare for the upcoming year and the upcoming season.
Yes.
Gotcha. And then my last question, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the significance of the Chinese zodiac, because I've been seeing a lot on social media. 2023 is the year of the rabbit in the Chinese zodiac, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, this is the year of the rabbit, which represents longevity, peacefulness. Yeah, so it's a little bit different from last year's the tiger. It's more vigorous. Yeah. So this year's also self-reflection. Yeah, it's a year for self-reflection, and also for empathy, sympathizing, with each other. So there were 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac. There was the rat, ox, tiger, like rabbit. Next year's the dragon. Yeah. So there's also folklore associated with this, including folk narratives. So how they come in this order. So there's the Jade Opera, which is like a Taoist god. So they told the animals that they will have a contest, the running contest. So, and then the first 12 animal who arrive at the palace will become the zodiac animals. So, then like I was born in the year of pig, but the zodiac also combined with like the 5 elements, like the Taoist elements. It's the gold, the wood, water, and the fire, and the earth, the soil. So we have like this year is the water rabbit. Yeah, and then we like the pig year, like the golden pig year is believed to be especially auspicious. There's also like fortune telling based on the zodiac of the year you were born, and so a lot of folklore associated with that.
Gotcha. Is it always like, are the elements always tied to the animal? So will the rabbit always be water, or does it kind of rotate through?
It rotates. So there's 12 zodiac animals, so that mark 12 years, but the full circle is 60 years because the elements like rotate with zodiac animals.
Very cool. See, I'm learning all kinds of really awesome new things today. Well, is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you think is really interesting or that our followers might not know that you'd want to share about Chinese Lunar New Year?
Yeah, I think we've talked a lot, but like I said, like every place celebration and the tradition could be very different. So I love telling the story from my own personal experience and from the culture of my region. But I'm aware that there are like different customs and different traditions and different histories. Also culture is evolving. So like now people can celebrate the holiday in a very different way, like the red envelope. Like we used to like only give like the physical envelope, right? Now we have like an online electronic red envelope, so that becomes
Venmo with an emoji.
with emojis, and also you can write your own like auspicious word on the electronic red envelope. Also like traditionally, like you only give envelope when you visit people or you meet people. Now you are able to give the red envelope to people far away because like the technology make it possible, right? It kind of shortens the like physical distance in a way.
Right.
So a lot of new traditions are also emerging.
And I think that's what's so fascinating about an area of study like folklore, right? That culture is constantly evolving and it's going to change how things are celebrated, how stories are told. And that's really cool.
Yes. That's the exciting part about culture, right? It's always like transmitting, evolving, and then like pass from generation to generation, from one person to another, but people may incorporate new elements, and that's also part of what makes our culture very diverse and very rich. Like the zodiac. So in Vietnam, this is not the year of the rabbit, it's the year of cat.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This was super fun. Is there anywhere that folks could, like, I don't know, do you have a website or social media or anything, or upcoming classes that you're excited about, if people want to connect with you?
So the Mason webpage, my personal page on the Mason website is the best place to find my information. So I teach Chinese folklore, so I'm not offering it this semester, but in the future I will offer it. So if anybody who's interested in Chinese folklore, you can check my website, and then the course information will be posted there. I also teach museum and material cultures, and also other folklore theory and history courses.
All right, awesome. So keep an eye on the catalog, everybody, if you want to learn about Chinese folklore, and stay tuned here on social media for more interesting conversations with our wonderful faculty.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shannon.